Hey, how's it going? Kenny here, and welcome back to Non-League to Giants and our first game in the Championship where we face Stoke away from home. Also featured in today's episode will be a trip back to Dover to face them in the Carabao Cup first round. Probably the last of the time we'll face Dover in the series here, so I thought it was right to feature that game in today's episode as well. So we've got a very tricky game to start off the new season, has to be said. Fifth season in total, second season with Portsmouth. If you watched the series before now, you'd know that we have won the league title 4 seasons on the bounce now. 3 in a row with Dover and 1 with Portsmouth. I don't think that run is going to continue now in this season. We're predicted to finish 21st, I believe it is. Yeah, predicted to finish 21st this season, 50-1. Of course, there's no reason to think we cannot win the league with that sort of media prediction. It's very, very tight league, as you see there. It doesn't seem like there's too much between us in terms of odds between us and Sunderland, for example, in 8th place there. So I think a playoff push is definitely achievable. I don't think automatic promotion is achievable, to be honest. You actually compare like the likes of Fulham and Leeds team with ours is just a mile better. Fulham have got Mitrovic up front still. They've got Nick Pope in goal as well. They've got Palhinha kicking about still. Leeds have got Sinestra there as well. So I don't think automatic promotion is on the cards for us this season, but I think a playoff push could be doable. But realistically, I think after the first 10 games of the season or so, we'll see where we're at in terms of the league. We'll see whether we'll be in a massive relegation battle, just a mid-table club, or pushing for a playoff finish. Anyway, new season, lots of new transfers to talk of. Lots of players have left us as well. Let's get to the outgoings first of all. And the first player to leave us was Zach Swanson. He's gone to Huddersfield for 500k. He did alright last season as a backup right back, but looking at him here, it's clear that he's just nowhere near good enough for Championship level football. He's gone to Huddersfield. Did Huddersfield get promoted with us, or are they losing the playoff final? No, they won in the playoff final, I think it was, Huddersfield. So they're up with us as well. I say, ironically, he can't play in the Championship. He's gone to a Championship team now, but yeah, for me, he's just nowhere near good enough as a right back. He's a very utility player as well. He can play every position pretty much, but he's just nowhere near good enough. So I got 500k for him. The next player to leave us is actually the biggest sale of the window, by far the biggest sale of the window as well. Daniel Balassa. He was a good player for me last season. Very good player, but if you look at him as well, I think it's safe to say that he's not quite a Championship level player either. Maybe he is, but I'm looking for bigger and better things now. He's decent, but not great. And to get 3.6 million for him to Sivasspor was absolutely ecstatic with that. He did decent last season, as I said. 4 goals and 11 assists. Really good player for us. But Championship now, we're looking for bigger and better things. And Balassa just does not cut it for me. He's going to play in Turkey, his native Turkey as well. 3.6 million, happy days. And then a few more sales to talk of. First of all, we get to the loans. Darragh O'Hagan has gone on loan to Sheffield Wednesday for the season. He looks like a promising player. The problem with O'Hagan is he can't really attack, and he's meant to be an attacker. You look at his graph here. It's hard to figure out what his position is, to be honest, because he's good physically and speed, of course, good mentally attributes as well, decent in the air, I guess you could say, but he just cannot attack the ball. 9 finishing, 9 composure. If he had better finishing and better composure, it'd be a great pressing forward. As you see here, his best role and duty is pressing forward on defend. That's not really what you want up front, is it, in terms of getting the goals? You put him on attack, he's just not good enough finishing the ball, but hopefully he can improve, because physically he's a very, very good player. You see there, still only 19 years of age, of course. So hopefully he can develop a little bit at Sheffield Wednesday. His technical attributes, that'd be nice, and maybe he can be useful for us in the next season or so. We shall see about that. He's definitely got some promise still, but he's just not good enough for Championship level football, in my opinion. Jake Wright has gone loan to Gillingham as well. He's way off first team football as it stands. Potentially 4.5 stars apparently, but I can't see it myself, him ever being useful for me for Portsmouth, unless he develops massively at Gillingham this season. Only 18 still, but yeah, he just doesn't look like he's going to be a great potential player for us. Charlie Dean is on loan to Accrington for the season as well. He's a centre-back. Got a little bit about him, it's safe to say. Got a little bit about him, but again, it needs to improve more to be useful for us in the Championship these days. So he's getting first-team football there at Accrington. Also, Michael Obafemi, who was absolutely useless last season. Absolute filth he was. Well, I was hoping to get more money back for what we spent for him. I spent 100k for Obafemi. We got 100k back for him. It's a little bit of a bad deal though, because I'm paying some of his wages while he plays for Swindon. But I had to give off the books. He was terrible last season. Absolutely terrible. 7 goals in 32 games with a 6.79 average rating. He can do that in League One. What's he going to do in the Championship? Absolutely terrible. Got the money back for him. Happy to see the back of him, to be honest. He was absolutely terrible. Doran McDowell has gone to Norwich for £1 million as well. He's another youngster. A lot of teams after him, but I can't see the massive fuss about him, to be honest. He just does not look great at all, does he? And Norwich actually had a couple of bids for him. Norwich was the prime destination because I was looking to sign Ken Abbo on loan again from last season. He got over 25 goals for us in the league. Plays for Norwich, of course. And also they have Adam Ider as well, another striker I was looking at who also plays for Norwich. So I offered McDowell to Norwich for 500k plus Abbo on loan for the rest of the season. I thought that was going to be a great piece of business. They agreed to that. Unfortunately, though, Abbo, for some reason, did not agree to join us on loan, which is surprising and very annoying as well. I did exactly the same thing, 500k plus Ida on loan for the season, but again, he rejected us. So unfortunately, I buckled in the end. I sold him to Norwich for £1 million, so double the fee we got for him, but we didn't get any striker in on loan. But to get £1 million for a player who's not going to be good enough for me, in my opinion, I'm happy with that, but I wish we could have got a striker on loan with that. A few more players have left us on loan as well. Noah Cooper has gone to Harrogate on loan. He's actually a new signing of mine. I forgot to mention actually signing him. He's gone to Harrogate on loan. I got him from Arsenal on a free transfer. No risk sort of deal. He's not great. But he's definitely got some sort of potential. If he can do well at Harrogate, we shall see in the future. Maybe it's a backup goalkeeper. Maybe he's a number one. We shall see. He's still young, but only on a free transfer, sort of a no-risk sort of deal. Low wages as well. I think he's on 1.1k a week, so not a lot at all. And obviously, it didn't cost a penny to get him as well. So happy with that. He's on loan to Harrogate for the season. Also, Tegan Tip has gone to Weston-super-Mare for the season. 19 years of age. I don't think he's any much use to us, to be honest. Joe Fair's gone loan to Exeter as well. Another youngster, 19 years of age. Got something about him if he can improve physically. Could be a useful player for us. We shall see. Looks half decent, but he's 19 now, so how much better he's going to get, I'm not sure. Zidane Iqbal's on a load of Salford as well. Of course, he's not a young player. Well, he's 23, so he's fairly young, you'd say. But I tried to sell him. You see there, he's transfer listed. He actually has some decent value about him, up to about 2.5, 3 million. But no one wanted him. As you can see there, I went all the way down to 100k. Still, no one wanted him. So I gave him in the end. I loaned him out to Salford for the season. I think they got a deal in there. Yeah, optional future fee of 250k. So it's a lot less than what I was hoping for. But also, got him on a free transfer last season, so 250k profit on him if he goes to Salford for that money. He just wasn't very good. 17 games, 1 assist last season, 6.77. Not really a player I need, to be honest. He's got a lot of players better in his position. He's a decent player. He can obviously still improve a little bit, but for me, he's just not great. And our final sale, was our captain. Sean Raggett has gone to Swansea for £1 million. Disappointed with his behaviour, to be honest. He wanted to leave the club. He was unhappy here for some reason. And he's just not very good these days, is he? In Championship level football, you know, he needs to be better physically and quicker as well. And he's none of those two things. So to get £1 million for a player who wants to leave, 32, and his contract expires end of the season, very, very happy with that. He's gone to Swansea. The other team who went up for us from League One as well. So he's playing Championship football this season. That's all the sales currently. I don't think I'm looking to sell any more players. One player I need to mention though, and this is a massive, massive boo-boo on my part. David Helm. He's a striker who was on loan last season to, Forest Green. 10 goals in 38 games. For some reason, I always decide to make sure I do the contracts very early. I don't really let good players go into the final year of the contract. But for some reason here at Portsmouth, it completely slipped my mind. David Helm runs out of contract at the end of the season, and he's got big clubs after him. Got Aston Villa, Brighton and Crystal Palace. Brentford have already made an offer of over £20 million for him. All instalment size. So I rejected that. But then after I realised that his contract expires end of the season. So if I can get £20 million for a striker whose contract expires end of the season, that is amazing. But in saying that, I really don't want him to leave. He's 19 years of age. He's 6'6", which is always ideal. He's got 16 finishing as well, 17 jumping reach. He's just a very good player. Obviously, he's going to get much better. I'm looking to do a deal before the end of the window here. And I'm hoping that maybe I can get 15, maybe even 20 million for Helm. And get him on loan for the season as well. I think that'd be great. Ideally, I'd like to keep him to and sign him on to another contract, of course. But now the fact that he's unhappy because I rejected the bid from Brentford for him and he wants to leave, doesn't want to sign a new contract. Do I really want to risk trying to sign a player on to a new contract and lose him for a free end of the season when I can get north of 15 million for him? For a team like Portsmouth, that is absolutely massive. So I'm hoping now that I can't sign him to a new contract because he's unhappy at the club, that we can get some good money for him and also keep him on loan for the season. That would be ideal because we're struggling for strikers at the minute, which is disappointing. Anyway, that is the outgoings. In terms of the incomings, we've got one player who's hopefully going to join us. I was waiting to sell Raggett before I could bring Ndiaye in. I had to delay the transfer because I didn't have enough funds. But you see there, we've got 2.39 million in the transfer budget now and 33k in the wage budget. Ndiaye 2.2 million is going to cost, so he should be joining us. There's no reason to think they won't be joining us. He's already agreed the contract. Happy to sign him. He's a good centre-back at this level. He's 24 years of age. He's got 1 cap for Senegal. He's very good in the air. He's just an overall good centre-back. I'm very happy to get him in. Left-footed centre-back as well. 2.2 million, signing from Auxerre. Very happy with that. Looking forward to seeing him come to the club. Much better player than Raggett as well. You actually compare the two. In terms of the basics of being a defender, defensive, air in the air, mental attributes as well, they're not much different in the two. You'd argue Raggett's better. But in terms of the actual physical aspects of the game, more modern centre-back as well. He actually passed the ball a little bit better than Raggett. So ideally, he's a great player to have. 8 years younger as well. Happy days. The other players who joined us did not cost nowhere near as much as Ndiaye. Of course, Ndiaye is not joined yet, but he should be joining. The other players haven't cost nowhere near as much as him. First player to join us was Ricky J. Jones, who was on loan to us last season, of course. Got over 215k, which was his compensation fee from Peterborough, so effectively joining a free transfer. But because he's younger than 23, I think it is, we had to pay the compensation fee for him. He's not a great player. He's quick, though, which is great. He had a good season last season, though, and as a squad player, I'm happy with it. 215k, got 7 goals and 4 assists last season. I'm not looking for him to be a regular starter for the club and a key player for us. But as a squad player, in and about the place, he's versatile, playing the left and right and up front, and also he's got that blistering pace. So I'm happy to get Jay Jones in. Very nice. Signed 3 players on a free transfer. Noah Cooper, I mentioned him before, the goalkeeper. He's on loan to Harrogate for the season. Also got 2 new players on free transfer as well. 2 good players as well. Taylor Richards, first of all, joined us on a free transfer from QPR. I'm very, very excited about him. He's a very good player, as you see here. Very good player. 25 years of age, so he's probably not going to improve too much, but overall, he's just good in every department, pretty much. Good in every department. Can play on the right, on the left, attack midfield, and centre midfield as well. I'm looking to play him in the centre midfield, but I shall see as things go on where his best position is. But looking at him here, I think he's best playing for the middle of the park. He can play in numerous roles as well. He's just a great player to have. He can play pretty much every single role you can think of in the midfield there. So great signing on a free transfer. Happy day. Started off his career at Man City, I think it was. Well, Fulham, went to Man City, went to Brighton, did a lot of games at QPR, but now he's here with us. Free transfer. Very happy of him. Also signed a new right back to replace Swanson, Kane Kessler-Hayden. Gone from Aston Villa on a free transfer as well. He's a very good attacking fullback. I'd like him. He's a bit better defending, but it's a great option to have. Got Ferguson at the club. He's back at right back now, but he's a better defender than Kessler-Hayden. And I've got Kessler-Hayden who's much better going forward than Ferguson. So got a great balance of right backs there, which I use in different games. So very happy with that. Got blistering pace as well. 17 pace, 16 acceleration. Free transfer. Still only 23 years of age. Very happy to get him in. And also, if you compare him with Swanson, he's a similar player to Swanson, but he's just twice the player, basically. Swanson's got a bit better aerial ability, of course, but in every other department, Hayden is just much better than him. So it's a massive upgrade on Swanson, and on a free transfer as well. Ecstatic with that. Also got a new goalkeeper, Ed McGinty from Oxford, for 325k. I was looking for a new goalkeeper. He's a good goalkeeper as well. Him and Peacock Farrell are very similar in terms of their ability. He's going to start off as a number 1. He's got 7 caps for Scotland as well. I just think he's more of an overall goalkeeper than Peacock Farrell. Peacock Farrell is a very good shot stopper, but he's not very good in the other departments, where McGinty can do it all pretty much. So we shall see who the number 1 will be throughout the season, but McGinty will start off as number 1. But it's great the fact that we've got 2 goalkeepers at the club now who compete for the number 1 jersey. You compare him with Nathan Bishop, then it's just not even a comparison, is it? Nathan Bishop is just nowhere near good enough at this level. Not even good enough for League 1 level, so had to get him out of the picture. He's staying at the club, 3rd choice goalkeeper, but McGinty and Peacock Farrell will be battling out for that number 1 jersey, which is nice. Another cheap signing as well. Managed to get Michael Ibrahim on loan again for the season from Fulham. That was nice. They weren't interested in loaning him out to us again for the season at the start of the window, which was disappointing. But managed to convince them, managed to put him around. So I'm very happy to get him in. He's a very good player. He was solid for us last season. 6.9 on average rating, 33 games last season. He's a great physical player. Unfortunately, he missed the first game of the season through suspension, but I'm very happy to get him in. Still 19, versatile as well. Very happy with that. Also got Zach Abbott on loan for the season as well, which is not popping up here. Very happy to get him in for the season as well. He was a good centre-back for our last season. Also played for me at Dover as well, of course. 13 games for Dover. Did well for us last season. He's very good at defending. He's a very good old-school centre-back. He's not very good with the ball at his feet, but in the important things at centre-back, he's very, very good. So I'm happy to get him in again this season. The next 2 signings are bigger names for Portsmouth, I'd say. Big young players, obviously. Shola Shortire, playing for Man United, and Willem Goebbels, used to play for Monaco as well. Got them both on a free transfer. I'm very ecstatic with this. Shortire, as you can see here, he's definitely a one-trick pony. He cannot but the ball cannot go anywhere near his head. It's terrible, and he can't defend to save his life. But I haven't got him in the team to use his head or defend. You know, he's here to affect things in the final third, and in that regard, he's a very good player. He's 22 now, so he might not have improved too much, but 18 flair, he just looks like a very good player going forward, doesn't he? He could get better still, though. It would be nice if he had, you know, better stamina, etc., and, you know, just better strength, anything like that. But at the moment, he looks like a very good player. Hopefully, he can improve. He's versatile as well, which is great. And on a free transfer, just can't go wrong with this sort of signing, can you? Free transfer, he's now worth 6.6 to 7.6 million. So even if he doesn't work out, we're going to, well, obviously going to get a profit from him, which is great. And yeah, I'm excited to see what he can do. So he's come into the team. And also Willem Goebbels as well. He's joined us on a free transfer. He doesn't look amazing, but if you look at him here, he looks consistent in most areas of the pitch, apart from defending, of course. So I can see him playing numerous roles for us. He can play on the left-hand side and up front as well. The more I look at David Helm, the more I want him as a number one striker for the season, being 6'6" and you know, great in the air, great finisher as well, 16 finishing. But Goebbels here as an option up front as well in different sorts of games. Can play on the left, but I'm happy to get him in. Free transfer as well. Obviously, a player with a big future, it seemed, at the start. He went to Monaco for 17.75 million back when he was 16, I think it was. Unfortunately for him, it didn't work out quite as well as he hoped. He's playing for us in the Championship, though. Who knows? He might be playing Premier League football in the future. We shall see about that. And the final signing of the window is Waylon Reneke, a loan signing from Norwich. Another centre-back. Happy to get him in as well. Centre-backs definitely need strengthening this summer. And with Ndiaye joining as well, the centre-backs will look quite good. Three new centre-backs, Abbott, Reneke and Ndiaye, and obviously Hector still at the club as well. So happy to get Reneke in as well. He's a very good centre-back. A bit like Abbott, he's quick, so that is great. And that is all the signings. That was all the sales as well. Only spent, what, 550k plus the 2.2 million, so 2.75 million. So haven't spent too much. Got some money from Balassa, of course. Sold a lot of players as well. Got rid of a lot of dead wood. In terms of other signings, well, depending on what happens with David Helm, of course, I might look to try and sign another striker. But I have to be honest, the options aren't great. Adam Ido was a player I wanted him, but unfortunately not too interested in joining us on a loan. And you see there, 37.5k a week in wages. Not really affordable here for the club, but he looks like a very good player at Championship level, doesn't he? Also got Lucas Boy as well. I was interested in signing him. He's joining Cadiz now on a permanent transfer. Shane Lavery's another one. He's a good player. 20 work rate really appeals me to him. Unfortunately, though, he's a greedy sod and he wants so much wages, so that's a little bit unfortunate. Cameron Archer, he's decent, but he's not really going to add too much to the squad. Bit of a League One level player, I'd say. Abbo, of course, I wanted him, but unfortunately, he thinks he's too good to play for Portsmouth these days, so that is really disappointing. But yeah, maybe a striker in the future, we shall see. But when we get Ndiaye into the club, I'm kind of happy with how things are going with the team here. Anyway, let's get started with the first game of the new season. I think this is a very tricky game to start off the new season with. Away to Stoke. They're a good team, of course, but definitely got it in us to do cause an upset here. And of course, as I said, away to Dover as well. We went up from League One. They went down from League One. So I don't think we'll ever be playing Dover again unless we meet them in the FA Cup or a Carabao Cup tie again. So I thought it'd be appropriate to play this game in this episode as well. Also, I forgot to mention that we finished off the season last season with another win away to MK Dons in the final game. Of course, it didn't feature in the last episode because we already won the title. Sean Raggett with the goal there in his final game for the club. It wasn't a great performance, by the way. We didn't deserve to win the game. We deserved to lose the game. But we won it 1-0. So we come into this game within seven games in a row. Of course, that was 3 months ago now, so not really too relevant. But had a great end to the season in League One and the final league table. We finished on 95 points. Huddersfield did not win the playoffs. They got promoted in second place. Swansea won the playoffs as well. So us, Huddersfield and Swansea in the Championship these days. Anyways, let's start with the first game then. Away to Stoke. Can we start off the Championship with a win? Well, if you've been watching this series here, you'd know that towards the end of last season, I was swapping things around with the tactics pretty much every single game. Similar to what I was doing with Man United in my Man United series. If you watched that one. Just taking each game as it comes. I'm going to start off the same time this round with this season as well, just set up differently for every single game. A little bit conflicted here about Stoke because they're playing with a strange formation, a 3 at the back, 2 up front as well. But obviously a good team, and away from home to them, I don't want to go positive mentality there. So I've gone with balanced mentality, and I've decided to focus the play down the left and the right, overlap left and right as well. The middle of the park is very congested, so hopefully we can damage them through the wings. And with Helm with his 6'6" height up front, they do have Harry Souttar for Stoke, and if you've seen Harry Souttar in real life, you realise he's absolutely massive. He's 6'6" as well, but he's not starting in today's game, so hopefully that can help in our favour. In terms of the team sheet today as well, we've got McGinty in goal, We've got Kessler Hayden right back with wing back attack. We've got Coulson left back wing back support. And we've got Renica and Abbott centre backs. We've got Hector there just in front of the centre backs. Of course, Ibrahim is suspended for the first game of the season. We've got Harper and Richards in midfield. We've got Springett, Goebbels on the left, and Helm up front. So in terms of debuts for today's game, well, Helm is making his debut. He's a Portsmouth lad. Came through the youth system, making his debut today though. Same with Goebbels as well. Richards, Renica, Kessler Hayden and McGinty. So 6 players making their debut today. So it's a much different team than what we ended off last season with though. But can we win this game away to Stoke? Let's find out. Before we get started with this game, guys, please remember that if you like the video, to hit that like button for me. It really helped this video hit some more people. And also, if you're new around here, do consider hitting that subscribe button as well. It really helped me out, and you much appreciate it as well. So let's get started here then. The Championship for the first time in the series. Well, this is our 5th new division in 5 seasons. But as I said, I don't think we're going to win the league or get promoted this season, but stranger things have happened. We shall see. Okay, here we go. The first game of the season gets underway. As I said, Stoke are playing with a 3 at the back there. I'm also very scared about their strikers. They've got some quick strikers, some good strikers. They've got a very good team, basically. They're a good championship team. But anyway, we got a chance here early on. I thought we might do. I thought Richards might be through there. I feel like the way to go forward with this game, though, is through the wide areas. So hopefully we can exploit the wide areas, exploit their wing backs. The middle of the park is very congested. 3 centre backs and 2 DMs, so shouldn't be able to do too much there. But anyway, down the left hand side here's Coulson, the Goebbels on his debut. Come on, what start this would be? Helm, 6'6". Oh, I don't know how long I'll be cheering for Helm. Might not be might be the only episode, to be honest, but I really hope he stays here on loan at least. We shall see. Get 20 million for him and a loan sign. I'm ecstatic with that. Anyway, 16 minutes into this first game here. Not much is happening, but we're definitely the better team in the game so far in terms of match momentum. So the way I've set up seems to be working so far, which is great. Well, we're dominating the game, actually. Stoke have had 1 shot in the game so far, so they're not doing too well at all, are they? Well, now they've had 5 shots. Now they're starting to slowly change the game in their favour, it seems. Definitely. First half of the first half was ours. The second half of the first half was theirs. And at the end, it was a rather boring first half display, wasn't it? Stoke really starting to grow into the game now, which is not nice to see. But one change at half time. I brought on Jay Jones for Goebbels. He didn't do much wrong, Goebbels, to be honest. But I feel like going forward in this game, we need to go on the counter-attack here. Stoke are really pushing us back in our own pitch. So Jay Jones with his pace, maybe he can exploit Stoke's right back there, or right wing back. But anyway, we finally get our second highlight of the game. We've got a dangerous free kick chance here. Coulson with the ball. He sends it in. Abbott says he's had a good game so far. The keeper spills it. Oh my word, what's going on there? Pinball in the box, but unfortunately it's gone for a goal kick. Back on the highlight again. Straight after that. Bursting with a long kick forward. Renica there is winning the header. Here's Kessler. To be fair, a draw in this game, I'll definitely take that. I'll be happy with that. But at the moment, it looks like we're not going for the draw. Richards with the ball now to Hector. Back to Abbott. We're yet to really see a big clear-cut chance for Stoke in the game, have we? Have we seen a highlight for Stoke yet? Don't think so. Centre-backs have it covered so far. Hopefully they have it covered the rest of the game. Here's Jay Jones on at half-time to Richards on his debut. Got a score. Oh my word, what a miss. What a miss that was. Terrible. Got a corner out of it though. That was shocking though. Shocking. Oh well, I'm sure he'll become a good player for us. Bring it to the corner though. He crosses it in. Renica's there, but it's cleared. Harper should have it under control here. He does. He passes it to Kessler Hayden. That's the end of the highlight. But promising start to the second half. I've gone back from a balanced to a cautious mentality. But it's not always means what it means. And we're playing really well with cautious mentality right now. So that is great. It's not as cautious as you think. Anyway, a couple of changes here. The midfield actually hasn't been great today, to be honest. Harper and Richards there. I'm going to take Harper off because he's been poor. I'm going to bring on Miguel Aziz for him. Richards has been poor as well, to be fair. I'm bringing on Shortire for his debut as well. I'm bringing him on for Tony Springett, had a poor game as well. I forget. Someone taught me how to say his name, I think it was, in one of the comments from Man United. But, oh my word. Anyway, Taylor Richards with a goal on his debut. He missed an absolute sitter, 5 minutes ago? But now he's just got an absolute worldy free kick. I don't even think I set up the free kicks this season. I normally do that before the first game of the season, but that is one thing I forgot. And Richards just like, you know what, I'm new here. I'm going to take the free kicks. And you know what, Richards, you can take the free kicks. He just scored from like 35 yards out. Get in there, 1-0 up in the game. Richards with a goal on his debut. I feel like he could be a key player for us in this season. So, wow. What a start to the second half, by the way. Dominated the second half so far. Final change of the game here. You know what? I'm going to be a bit more conservative here. I'm going to bring on Ferguson for Kessler Hayden. Ferguson's much more defensively minded than Hayden. And hopefully he can see us through to a victory here. What a great game this will be. What a great win of the season. First win of the season, sorry. 10 minutes to go though, it's not over yet, is it? They've got a free kick chance, pretty much the same sort of distance ours was, but luckily for us, McGinty saves it. Good save from McGinty there, a save he should make though. They got a corner out of it though. Kleinheisler to take it. He crosses it in. It's dealt with, I think. Not quite. He gets it back. Abbott clears it a second time. See what the ball Stoke here. Oh my word, what is Shorty doing there? Anyway, 6 minutes to go here. What a great win this would be in our first game of the season. The second half has been much more lively than the first half, that is for sure. The first half was dull as anything. But anyway, start time wasting here. It's a couple minutes to go. Will we hold on? Get in. We do hold on. What a great start to the championship that is. A win away to one of the biggest teams in the league, I'd say. 1-0 away win. A clean sheet as well. What a great performance that was. Get in there. David Helm led the line very well. He didn't score a goal in the game. He got 7 rating though. Jay Jones did really well at half time. That was a great substitution for me there. Richards, of course, the match winner, 8.1. He wasn't doing too well before that, to be fair. He got himself in a couple of good positions, but a great free kick goal got us the win here. Great defensive performance as well. What a great start to the new season. Well, that is a great way to start the new season. Of course, it doesn't mean much. It's only one game, of course. We could lose the next 45 games in a row. I highly doubt it, but what a way to start off. A tricky game to start off with, and we win the game and clean a clean sheet. Anyway, up next is a trip back to the Crabble Athletic Ground. Will I silence the Dover fans? We'll find out in a sec. Okay, here we are. It's time for the trip to face Dover at the Crabble Athletic Ground for probably the last time in the series. We shall see about that. And I made significant changes here to this game from that great win away to Stoke, of course. Only 3 days later, so made a lot of changes to the team here. Peacock Farrell starts in goal for today's game. And you've got Ferguson, Fox, and Ndiaye, who was just signed, by the way. I forgot to mention that. He just sealed his transfer today, literally a couple of hours ago. So he's joined us. That is great to see. The full Senegal international. Looking forward to seeing what he can do. He's straight into the deep end here. He starts today. Also, Aziz Ibrahim is back from suspension as well. Michael Dunn plays in here today as well. Shorty makes his full debut. Jones starts today's game. And Goobel starts up front as well. I'm going with a little bit of a different approach here against Dover than what I did against Stoke. Obviously, we're 2 divisions above Dover, so we should be confident about this game. We should be confident about controlling the ball. Obviously, I know Dover very well. I know a lot of their players still at the club. I know a lot of their strengths and weaknesses. So hopefully, the way I've set up for today's game will get us the victory. Well, here we go. Am I underestimating my former club too much in this game? I guess we'll find out quite quickly. We've got a dangerous free kick here. Of course, Richards has scored a massive goal in the last game in a free kick. Fox with a free kick this time. Oh my word. Langley clawing the ball out of the net there. Also, one thing I've got to mention is Jack Payne is my assistant manager again. You may be familiar with him if you've been watching the series. He was my assistant manager back at Dover. He left me to go manage Darlington. Unfortunately, he lost his job there, but he has returned to work for me as assistant manager here with Portsmouth. And also, Dover have a player called James Carragher, who plays a centre-back as well. He's not playing today's game, but he's also born in Liverpool, so is he a relative of Jamie Carragher? No idea. Anyway, here's Shorty. Oh, Nelson. Remember Nelson? The 2 centre-back partners I remember from my Dover days, of course, Dinzey and Nelson, 2-man mountains. One of the main reasons why I'm not playing Helm in today's game, even though he's a man mounted himself. Also, he needs a rest. Anyway, Aziz into Shorty. Still with the ball. Crosses it in. Googles is there. Deep line forward on support today, but he's already got a goal. That's what I like to see. Shorty, I'm definitely butchering his name, and I completely forgot how to pronounce it properly. But it's going to have to do. It's going to have to do. Did well here, Shorty. Really well. Put it in a dangerous position. Googles, can't miss that. 1-0 up already, 5 minutes in. Long way to go yet, of course, but very, very promising start here to the game. Here's Langley. I'm actually looking at Dover's team. The team doesn't look too bad, to be fair. So I'm hoping they can do well in League 2. Maybe get promoted again. That'd be great. Anyway, here's Googles again for his second goal of the game. Oh, he hits the bar. Hits the bar, unfortunately, there, Googles. But he's already scored in today's game, which is great. Very, very promising start, this. Very promising start. I came into this game thinking that we should dominate the ball, we should go positive in today's game, and it was the correct decision as it stands because we are winning the game and comfortably dominating the ball here. Oh, unfortunately, Shorty's got an injury though. Here's Ferguson. Into Shorty. Cut it back. Do what you like. Don't cut it back if you don't want to. 2-0 in the game. You know what? He's got a goal and an assist already. He's carrying a small knock. Let's take him off the pitch. He doesn't need to be on the pitch, does he? Let's get you off, Shorty. I know you're having a field day out there today, but we don't really want you getting an injury. You know what, let's bring on Louis Barry for him. 17 minutes in, we're in complete control of this game so far, but long way to go yet still. But I think it would take something special for us to lose this game now, even though there's a long way to go. Here's Peacock Farrell. He needs to impress when he does play. He's got any chance of getting McGinty out of the team. Well, 25 minutes into the game and Dover are yet to register a single shot in the game as of yet. It's just an absolute walk in the park so far. But let's not get complacent here. I'd love a third goal to really kill him off before half-time. That'd be lovely. Barry with a nice little tackle there, but it goes to Brook. Now here's Keylor Dunn. They've got a quick striker, Dover. Got a quick striker up front there. Unfortunately, though, well, fortunately for us, he's not a very good finisher. So he's not really a striker I'm too worried about. And you're looking for Jones there. But here's Keylor Dunn. Boots it in the air. Trevitt. Russ. What did I say? What? 10 seconds ago? Was it 10 seconds ago? Yeah, I think it was 10 seconds ago. They've got a striker up front who's quick, but he's not very good at finishing. 10 seconds later, he scores. Of course he does. Wow. Well, you know what? It's not like you can really miss that opportunity, is it? But that is really disappointing. Really disappointing. They've had one opportunity in the game and they've scored it. That is not good enough. Still dominating the game though, but to be at half-time, only 2-1, the way we started the game, that is kind of disappointing, to be honest. It's really disappointing, actually. You're capable of better here, boys. I hope we can get the third goal quite quickly into the second half, because I'm a little bit concerned here now the fact that it's 2-1. We're still dominating the game, but all we need is one more opportunity, and there's 2-2. We've got a corner here, though. Fox to take it. Crosses it in. Abbott's there. Oh, I thought that was in. Goes back to Fox, though. There's Ibrahim. To Ndiaye. Now here's Fox. Oh, is that a penalty? No. Ndiaye wins the header there. Here's Roberts. Oh, no. Baxter. Good tackle, good covering from Fox that. Well, Fox is having an absolute stinker in today's game with a 6.4 and a yellow card there. So I'm bringing on Coulson for him. Put him as a wing-back support. Louis Barry's been terrible since he came on the pitch. Chalk and cheese between him and Shortire. 6.4 and 8.4. I'm going to take off Aziz as well. I'm going to bring on... I'm going to bring on Harper for him. Put on Mazzala on support as well. Don't need to be on attack now. Come on, boys. 30 minutes to go. Let's get a third goal here. Let's kill off Dover. Here's Coulson on the pitch now. Long throw. Abbott. Oh my word, what a take from him. Harper on the pitch for approximately 1 minute and he's already scored his first touch of the game. 3-1 in the game now. Surely that settles the game now. Dover are not creating too much in the match. And hopefully that third goal can really kill their spirits. Abbott, a lovely little take there. I thought he was going to smash it in the back of the net, but he did the correct decision there. He set up Harper and he just passed it into the back of the net with basically his first touch of the match. 20 minutes to go. I think it's time for another change here. I'm going to give Abbott a rest, bring on Hector for him. Got a big game against Burnley coming up in the near future. Also, I'm going to take off Jay Jones. I'm going to bring on Helm, keeping him as a deep line forward and support. He's done quite well in today's game. And I've got Goobles on the left-hand side there. I've got a corner here, Harper to take it. Can we get a fourth goal? It comes back to Harper. Back to Harper again. It looked like he just flung himself to the ground there, but it's definitely a penalty. Who's taking it, though? So again, I still haven't set my set pieces, have I? I said it before the last game here. And I still haven't... Why is Hector taking penalties? Why is Hector taking penalties? I have no idea. But he scored his penalty. Gets in there. Second goal of the season as well for Hector. How's it his second goal of the season? He just played our first game of the season. He didn't score that game. Richard scored it, so I don't know how it's his second goal of the season, but apparently it is. Anyway, this is a bit of a rout now, isn't it? Poor Dover, but you have to be cruel to be kind, they say. And Dover can take some lessons from this. Still not over yet, though. Let's not celebrate too prematurely. Here's Oliver Hammond to Trevitt. Got to be offside, surely. Is he not offside? Well, that's just ridiculous, isn't it? Absolutely ridiculous. But let's put a defensive line back. Well, he is the guy I said that he's not a very good finisher. He scored 2 goals out of 2 opportunities, so maybe he's a better finisher than I thought. But anyway, 4-2 is nothing to worry myself about too much, but the fact we can see 2 goals in this game is borderline disgraceful, really. We've dominated so much. The fact that we can see 2 goals is shameful. I don't know what is going on with their left-back today. Matthew Carson, my former player, of course. He's injured Shortire. Now he's injured Barry as well. Anyway, here's Harper. He just gives it away so cheaply to Hammond there. You know what? They get a third goal. I'm going to start to get very, very concerned here. They might get a third goal here. They might get a third goal here. They do get a third goal here. What on earth is going on here? Never, ever, ever say anything about an opposition striker again, Kenny. Since I said that about him, he's only got to back himself a hat-trick, hasn't he? Oh my, what is happening here? How is it 4-3? What is going on? They had 3 shots in the game. And now we're down to 10 men. Oh my word, what is going on in this game here? What is going on here? What is happening? What a joke. What an absolute... How is this 4-3? Anyone playing the right hand side? Well, no one can play on the right hand side either. I guess Helm can a little bit. You have to go there, Helm. You have to go there, mate. Wide target forward. Okay, so this is a bit of a disaster here. With 6 minutes to go, we're down to 10 men. Somehow this game is 4-3. I'm going to play the final 6 minutes here without a striker. I have no idea what's going on here. I definitely have underestimated Dover a little bit, but then saying that, look at the match stats. This is outrageous, isn't it? Absolutely outrageous. They had 3 shots on target in the match. He scored all 3 goals. 2 goals in 1 minute as well. This is just ridiculous. I just really hope we just get over the line now, to be honest. I don't care what else happens in the game. Let's just get over the line. I think we have. Thank goodness for that. Well, I'll tell you what, our final game at the Camel Athletic Ground probably, it's definitely been a cracker one. Peacock Farrell, well, I did say that he needs to take his opportunities. I think it's safe to say that McGinty is definitely our number 1 going forward. Only played 1 game so far in the season, but a 6 rating from Peacock Farrell. That is absolutely shameful. And also our left backs were terrible today. Morgan, Fox and Coulson been torn apart today. Baxter, by the way, just checked him out. And why did I not get any sort of youth player come through at Dover like this? Look at him. He's come through the youth system at Dover. He's quite a good player. He's definitely got some potential about him. Only 17 years of age. Just turned 17 as well. Dover have got a little bit of a gem on their hands there. And he tore apart our left backs today, it seems. So absolutely terrible defensively, it seems. Peacock Farrell just seems like he let the entire team down again. No surprise they did that 4 or 5 occasions last season. But at the end of the day, we got through Dover, which is what we came here for. But the fact that it's 4-3, yeah, it's borderline disgraceful. But anyway, I know when I'm going forward now to not say anything about the opposition striker. Definitely not. Well, at the end of the episode here, we've got 2 wins out of 2, so maybe I should be a bit more cheerful. But I'm not very happy with the fact that we conceded 3 goals to Dover there when they had 3 shots on target. But anyway, we're through to the second round. Who are we facing in the second round, though? Let's find out now. Let's draw all teams. Who we get in? We're getting Cardiff at home, so definitely very much a winnable game there. Home to Cardiff in the second round. Can we make some sort of run here in the Carabao Cup? On last year's FootballManager, I got to the final on the Carabao Cup with Hereford when we was in League One and lost to Liverpool, unfortunately, in the final. But can we do a similar sort of run with Portsmouth? Very early days, though. Shouldn't really be thinking about that. Anyway, in terms of the next episode, though, guys, I think I'm going to bring you back for the games at home to Sheffield United and away to Fulham. Well, Fulham, they're bottom of the league now. Have they played a game yet? They have. Fulham have lost their first game 3-0 or 4-1 or something, so they haven't started the new season very good. But looking at their team, they've got the best team in the Championship by quite a distance, in my opinion. You've got Palhinha here, who's unhappy it seems, but he's a top player, him. Harry Wilson's a great player at Championship level as well. Eddie Nketiah is up front for Fulham these days, along with Mitrovic. So they've just got a great team, haven't they? So that's going to be a big game in the next episode there, away to Fulham. Home to Sheffield United as well. So make sure you join for that one, guys. Home to Sheffield United and away to Fulham. We've got some big games coming up, of course. Cardiff back-to-back at the end of August. Burnley coming up next at home. Obviously a great team at this level. Sunderland as well. So big games coming thick and fast here in the Championship. But the next episode should be a good one. Sheffield United and Fulham. And please remember, guys, that if you like this video, hit that like button for me. And also, if you're new around here, do consider hitting that subscribe button as well. It'd really help me out. And you much appreciate as well. Thanks again for watching. And I'll see you for the next one.